guys, welcome to Anita Crickets. My name is Anita and I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to make this bandeau dress. I haven't made any bandeau tops before really, and I think it is one of those crochet tops that have been trending. So I thought, how about I give you the top in form of a dress. And I recently worked this crochet skirt that has a little bit of mesh just down at the bottom of it, and I thought I need to make a dress for this skirt, more like a bandeau. So if you are looking for a bandeau top, this would be the tutorial for you, because I'm going to be sharing how to make the top but also make the dress. Okay, so if you are just new to my channel, you'll need to scroll and find the video where I made a skirt for this. It is just so close to this, I know. So you'll just find that video and start from there, because I already have my skirt complete, which is more like the lower part of my dress, and now I'm just going to work on the upper part. All right, so just to dive into it, I am going to be working with 100% acrylic. It's Robin Chunky and it's 100 grams. Okay, so I'm going to need two hooks, a 6mm hook and a 4.5mm hook, a pair of scissors, darning needle, tape measure, and lastly stitch markers. Okay, now first of all, I am making this for a size medium, so literally it's going to have a bust of about it will fit a bust of about 36 to 38. Okay, yes, 36 to 38. But if you watch the tutorial, I think you'll be in position to get more knowledge about how to make adjustments for whichever size you might want to work for. Okay, and also following the size of my skirt, I cannot make any other sizes that are more than that, because I already have the skirt complete and I have to make the top to match the size of the skirt. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, this is my skirt. I'm going to let you guys count all the single crochets we worked all the way around after we worked our waistband. Okay, so you know the number of stitches you have on that row. I personally have 84. And now, since this is the center of my skirt, this is the center of my skirt right here. I know it's like in out, that's how I choose to have it. So since this is the center of my skirt, okay, I'm going to count 6 half double crochet rows from here, from the center. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I'm going to mark this point. I don't have 6 stitch markers, so I'm just going to improvise with what I have. Okay, let's count 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I'll just mark this, the 6th stitch, the 6th half double crochet row, and also count 6 on the left. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I'll mark that. Okay, right there. Once these two are fully marked, now I am going to scroll all the way down right here into this half double crochet stitch. I'll take out this hook. Okay, literally just use stitch markers. I'm just improvising. And also get to this point and mark that single crochet that is corresponding with this line. Okay, so I'm going to count all the stitches from here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 70. Okay, so we have 70 stitches. Okay, so I'll take out my hook now that I know the number of stitches I'm going to start with, because I want it to start from here and here. So when I attach it, it should be from here up to here. All right, so I'm going to put my skirt aside and now just work with my yarn To start with, yeah, I am going to chain 70. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So I have my 70 stitches, okay, and I am going to chain 3 more. 1 2 3 1 2 3. 2 of the chain stitches will act as a stitch, and then one of them is more like to skip, and the other is more like the 70th stitch, okay. So I'm going to work into the 4th chain stitch from the hook right there, and I'll work a half double crochet, chain 1, work a half double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip 1, chain 1, skip 1, one half double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1, one half double crochet into the next stitch. And here you are going to do this until you come to the end of the row. You chain 1, skip 1, work one half double crochet into the next chain stitch. So do this until you come to the end of your row, and that's where I'm going to meet you and then show you what to do next. So I come to the end of my row. You must have 35 chain gaps. That is 70 divided by 2, so we must have 35 chain gaps. And now here you are going to chain 3 and turn your work, skip 1, work one double crochet, one half double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1, work one half double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1, one half double crochet into the next stitch. And this is what you are going to do. See what we have? So you are going to do this until you come to the end of your row. Okay, and you will chain 3, turn your work, do the very same thing for literally a total of 6 rows. So I'm going to let you guys work this until you have a total of 6 rows. That's where I'm going to meet you and then show you what to do next. So I forgot to mention that when you come to the end of your row, you'll chain 1 and skip 1, work a half double crochet into the second chain stitch of the 3 that started the previous row, okay? So you are going to chain 3 and turn your work, do the very same thing until you have a total of 6 rows, then I'll get back and show you what to do next. So guys, I just finished my 6 rows and this is how they look like. And my tape measure is actually saying these are like 3 inches, and I need you guys to like measure where your top has to end all the way. Please make sure that your tape measure is passing onto your breasts, because I know there is that sort of like curve and we have to have it calculated. So for me, I've measured 10 inches all the way to my high waist where I know my skirt is going to end. So I measured 10 inches and I thought I need like 2 more rows. So I thought we need 2 more rows of half double crochet of the mesh, okay? So I'm going to chain 3 and do the very same thing I've been doing for the next 2 rows. So we have a total of 8 rows of this, okay? So let me meet you guys there once you have your 8 rows complete. So I have my 8 rows complete, and this is what I am going to do going forward. I am going to chain 2 and turn my work. Into this very first stitch, I'm going to work a half double crochet and then work a half double crochet into the chain gap, one half double crochet into the next stitch, one half double crochet in the chain gap, a half double crochet in the next stitch, and a half double crochet into the chain gap. And this is what I am going to do all the way around, all the way until the end of my row. Literally, you must have a total of 70 70 stitches when you come to the end of your row. So I'm going to let you guys do this, and then I'm going to return after this to show you what to do next. So I have my stitches complete, as you can see, and what I am going to do at this point is I am going to chain 2, but before I go forward, this is what I am going to do. So I have 70 stitches. Remember, I have stitches that are in between here. Okay, if you remember what we did for our skirt, on our skirt, okay, to get the number of stitches we have to start with. So what I am going to do is I want to mark stitches where I have to start working an increase, because as you know, the under bust is not of the same size as our bust. Our bust is actually a little bigger than the under bust. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an increase to approach my bust, because this is more like my under bust, and I have 70 stitches in total. But remember, this has missing stitches that have to go here, okay, which we don't have right now. I think you get my point. Those are stitches we don't have right now. So what are we going to do? I'm just giving you an example so that if you're working for a larger size, you know what to do. I am going to have 40 stitches at the back, and I'm going to have 15 stitches from here up to here, and 15 stitches from here up to here, giving me a total of 70. The 15 here and the 15 here is 30, and then the 40 at the back makes it 70. Why I'm doing that is I want a full coverage at the back, and then knowing that there are stitches that are missing here, I cannot make it of the same length and then make the increase here. The increase, if I made it here, if I made them of the same length like this and made the increases here, it means I will have misplaced my increases. They will either be so much at the front or so much at the back, okay? So it has to be like this, and that's what I am going to do. I am going to count my 15 stitches. So just to give you an example, if you have maybe like 90 stitches all the way around, you will just get to make 50 stitches at the back, and then 20 stitches here and 20 stitches there. I think you guys are now getting me. If you have less than 70, let's say you have 60, okay? What you will do is you make about 45 at the back, okay? So, oh, no, it's not 45. You make about 40 stitches at the back, and then 10 stitches here and 10 stitches here. I think you guys now really get what I'm trying to mean, okay? So yes, I'm going to count my 15 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15th. So I'm going to mark the 15th stitch. Just place my hook in there so I mark it. And this will apply to even someone who is just making the bandeau top itself. If you're just making the bandeau top and you're not making the dress, this is what you will do still. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and the 15th is going to be marked. Okay? So this is how our top is going to be. Now for the next row, we are going to work an increase for our bust, okay? So we shall work 2 chains and then work 1/2 double crochet into every stitch all the way until we get to the 15th stitch that was marked. This is not different from what we did for the skirt. So yes, this is going to teach you how to work your increases more so if you're working for a dress and you're working from the waist up. Like, it helps you understand where to put your increases. So I'll take out my acting stitch marker, and into that stitch I'm going to work 2 half double crochets in the very same stitch. And from here I am going to go on with 1/2 double crochet into every stitch until I get to the marked stitch on the other side. So I'm just going to be fast. So yeah, when you get to the marked stitch, you will take out your stitch marker and now into that stitch you are going to work 2 half double crochets in the very same stitch, and then continue with 1 half double crochet into every stitch until you come to the end of your row. So as you can see, we are starting to have an increase sort of. So from here I'm going to chain to turn my work 1 half double crochet into every stitch until I get to the increase that I made. So let me just get there. So into this stitch I'm going to work 2 half double crochets in the very same stitch, where we worked our increase, as you can see. So I'll just work 2 half double crochets, and still I'm going to continue with 1 half double crochet into every stitch until I get to the other stitch on the other side where I worked 2 half double crochets previously. So I'm going to get you guys there and then show you what to do. Yes, so into that stitch I am going to work 2 half double crochets still, and then continue working 1 half double crochet into every stitch. Okay, all the way around, all the way until the end of the row. So this is what we have, and we are starting to have an increase. If you see, if you look at your work keenly, you will also see that you have an increase. Don't mind about all this, it will later get to be like worked upon when we are working on the edges. So what I'm going to let you guys do here is you are going to chain 2 and turn your work 1 half double crochet into every stitch all the way until you come to the end of your row. Okay, and once you get to the end of your row, you are going to do the very same thing for the next row. So literally I want you guys to have 2 rows of just half double crochets, no increases whatsoever, and that's where I'm going to meet you guys and then show you what to do next. So guys, as you can see, I have finished to work my 2 rows of normal double crochet, and yes, even for this row we are going to make an increase. But before you make any increases, you will have to use your tape measure and get to see where you are. I have 13, and 13 gives me 26. Okay, but remember I also have to keep in mind that it will stretch. Okay, so I'm just going to work one more increment. That's 2 rows of an increase. So I'm just going to work 1 half double crochet into every stitch until I get to the stitch where I have to work an increase. First of all, if you are not in position to if you don't have so much time to go around, count all the stitches you have and then divide by 2, what you can do is this. You work your stitches, your half double crochet stitches, until you get to that stitch that you see is corresponding given the previous increase that you made. Okay, so if that is confusing you, let me first show you what I mean by that. Okay, if you see, we worked our increase right here and then right here, so that means the stitch in which we have to work an increase is this one. Okay, so I'm going to work 2 half double crochets into this stitch. Okay, now I'm going to continue with 1 half double crochet into every stitch until I get to the stitch which I see that is corresponding with my previous increase. Okay, so let me get you guys there and then show you what to do. So if you check out our last increase right here and right here, so the stitch in which to make an increase is this one. So I'm just going to work 1/2 double crochet into this, and now into this stitch I'm going to work 2 half double crochets in the very same stitch, and I'll continue with 1/2 double crochet until I come to the end of my row. So once again, once you have come to the end of your row, this is what you are going to do. You are going to chain 2, turn your work 1/2 double crochet into every stitch until you get to the stitch where you made your increase previously. Let me see. Okay. I'm just trying to be fast because I went through this already. Yeah, so here into this stitch you are going to work 2 half double crochets in the very same stitch, and now you're going to continue with 1/2 double crochet into every stitch until you get to the other stitch on the other side where you also made an increase. So that's where I'm going to meet you and show you what to do next. Okay, so in here into this stitch we are going to work 2 half double crochets, and finally continue with 1/2 double crochet into every stitch until you come to the end of your row. So guys, if you can see, you can literally tell that our increment is actually making progress. You see that we have that kind of, so I'm just going to measure my top and see where I am. Okay, now I am at 14, yeah, 14.5. So, yeah, 14.5 gives me 29. Okay. So first of all, I don't want you guys to make this top to the width of your bust, because remember we have that lace up, and when you have that lace up and you pull that lace up together, it gets this work to stretch out. Okay, to stretch out. Now if you make it to fit your bust, it will become loose and the lace up will not have, like, you won't have reason to have the lace up anymore on your top. Why? Because it's literally almost loose. So this gives me 29, and I feel like I am confident with this increase, and that's why I'm going to stop increasing. I literally would advise, for whichever size you are working, please just make 2 increments, because I know for the foundation chains you started with, they give you just enough width that you just need a little increment to add on to it, not like so much, because I believe like a size large would have started with maybe like, let's say 80 or 90 chains to start with. I am not sure given what you had for your skirt, but if also you're just making this top not depending on the skirt, this is the very same thing you would do if you're working for a size medium. This will fit perfectly. But if you are a size large, I believe you know what to do. You have to work with probably between 80 to 90 stitches to start with. Yeah. So I have 29 and I said a bust of 36. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 inches. Okay, but then that's not to give me any sort of worry, because I know when I work my stitches here and here, it will like become super close, and when it is stretched, I know it's going to be in position to meet the inches that I want, because if I stretch this out, you will see that it will go all the way to like 18. Okay, so I know when it is stretched, and when I pull my lace together, it's going to give me that kind of stretch that is going to fit perfectly, because the last thing you want is a loose bandeau. Okay, so here, from here, I'm actually not going to be part of your process. I'm also going to be working mine. I'm going to let you guys work normal rows until you have okay, we have 7 inches. Okay, so for whichever length you measured from the top of your breasts, more like, okay, where this bandeau has to, like, where this top has to like pass. Okay, let's say just under your armpits, below your armpits. Yeah, just that distance, but make sure you are measuring from the front of your breast, because I want it to go all the way down, inclusive of the curve of the breast, so we get the perfect number of inches we need to work for your top. I measured 10. Okay, I measured 10, but I may work up to like let's say I may work up to like 9.5. That will also be great, because I have a border design to work at the top of my work. Okay, so I have 7 inches here, and to make it up to 10, I will have to work 3 more inches. And let me just measure what 3 more inches gives me. I'm actually going to work 2 inches, because the border design is actually going to give me the other inch. So I'm going to work up to 2 inches or 2.5. So literally for me, I'm going to work 6 more normal half double crochet rows. Okay, so chain 2, turn your work 1 half double crochet into every stitch all the way around until you come to the end of your row, for a total number of 6 rows. If that's not the length that you desire, you can work more rows further going forward. Okay, so let me meet you guys there once you have all your rows complete, and then I show you what to do next. So guys, I'm sorry to mention that after taking my measurements and trying this on, I found that I needed to work only 4 rows of normal half double crochet. So do not work 6, work 4. Okay, yes, but if you're working for a larger size and you feel like when you try it on, you feel like it's not yet to that kind of length that you want, also comparing with where your skirt is going to end, yes, you simply just have to add more rows. Okay, now at this point I will chain 2, and now I am going to be working onto the edges of my piece. So just turn this, and I'll turn my work just like that. Chain 1. Okay, let me just do this again. Yeah, once you have chained 1, you are going to work 1 single crochet into every half double crochet post, like that. Like anywhere you see a half double crochet post, you will work 1 single crochet, or literally just work your single crochets in a manner that shows that you are not skipping any stitches and you are not leaving out, like you are not making too many stitches and you are not making very few stitches. So once you work that, you will see that you have a straight line. Okay, so I'm not going to restrict you on the number of stitches, but just work stitches that you are confident are literally just enough. Not going to show that there are very few, and not going to show that there are very many. So once you get to the mesh part, you are going to work 1 single crochet into this mesh, and into this mesh you work, into this half double crochet post you work 1 single crochet, into the joint of the half double crochet post you work a single crochet. Let me repeat this once again so you guys can really get to understand. Into this half double crochet post I will work a single crochet, into the next I will work a single crochet, and in the joint of this I will work a single crochet. So literally for every 2 half double crochet posts we are working 3 single crochets. If you can have that here, it's exactly what you actually need to have. For every 2 half double crochet posts, you work 3 single crochets. For every 2 of these, you work 3 single crochets. Every 2 of these, you work 3 single crochets. I think you guys have understood. So work 1 single crochet in there and a single crochet into the next. Now into the joint, you work a single crochet. A single crochet in here and a single crochet in here. And then into the joint, you work a single crochet. Now I'm going to turn my work. And as you can see, this is what I have. So here I am going to chain 2 and work 1 half double crochet into every stitch all the way going up. Okay, just work 1 half double crochet until you come to the end of your row. So that's where I'm going to meet you and then show you what to do next. So as you can see, this is what we have. Okay, you see that the bend that we had here is actually starting to like be neat. So I'm going to chain 2 and turn my work once again, and I'm going to work 1 half double crochet into every stitch until I come to the end of my row, and I'll do that for the next row as well. Okay, so literally you must have a total number of 3 half double crochet rows. So I'm going to meet you once you have all 3 of them. So now I have all 3 of them, and this is what I am going to do from here. I'm going to chain 3, skip. Remember that two of these are going to act as a stitch, so this is where that stitch had to be, and this is the stitch we have to skip. Now into this we work a half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, work 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1, 1 half double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip 1, 1 half double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1, a half double crochet into the next stitch, and this you are going to do until you come to the end of your row. Yeah, so once here you are going to chain 1 and turn your work. You will work 1 single crochet into the very first stitch, and then work 1 single crochet into the chain gap, a single crochet into the next stitch, and a single crochet into the chain gap, 1 single crochet in there, 1 single crochet in the chain gap, and this you are going to do until you come to the end of your row. So let me just show you how it looks like. You see that? So just work your single crochets until you come to the end of your row. That's where I am going to meet you and then show you what to do next. Once at the end of your row, you are just going to copy what we have done here. Copy what we have done here and do the same thing on this side of your top. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys work that until you come to the end of it. I'm going to meet you there and then show you what to do next. So not to waste time, I'm going to work mine later, but let me just show you what to do next once you are done. You are going to chain 2. Okay, first of all, you're going to get your 4.5mm hook, and you're going to chain 2, work 3 double crochets into this stitch. That's the very first stitch, and you are going to skip this chain gap, and into the joint of the next half double crochet post you will work a single crochet, and once again into that chain 2 into that very same stitch you work 3 double crochets, and you're going to skip this half double crochet post and this, okay, and then work into this joint right there. chain 2, turn your, sorry, chain 2, work 2, 3 double crochets, sorry, 3 double crochets into this very same stitch, and you are going to skip 1 2 3, sorry, 1 2, because we have a single crochet post here, so we have to skip this, so 2 of these and this post, so we work into the 3rd chain stitch. Now once you get here, you are literally just going to work 2 chains, 3 double crochets into the very same stitch right there, and then skip 3, 1 2 3, into the 4th you work a single crochet, chain 2, work 3 double crochets into the very same stitch, skip 3, 1 2 3, and into the 4th you work a single crochet. So you are going to do this until you come to the end of your row. Okay, this side, please make sure that you have first worked this bit and also worked it here, then you will work the bordering on top of it. Okay, so don't make the mistake of working it before you work the whole entire project. So guys, what is next is attaching this to our skirt and having it become a dress. But also, if you are just working the top, this is the point I should say, you have your top complete. Okay, so let me get back and show you how to attach it to our dress, to our skirt, so we have a dress. Yay, I'm super excited. I don't know how this is going to turn up, because I got the idea of working this dress after I made the skirt. I intended to make the skirt for the top, the sunflower mesh long sleeved crop top stroke sweater. Yeah, I intended to have that skirt for that, but then after working the skirt I was like, okay, I've seen this dress going all the way around and people trying to ask me on how to make the dress and the romper itself. So I was like, okay, this is the time I can use this opportunity to just make the upper bit of it, because literally I was working with the same stitch, the mesh stitch. Okay, so I was like, I'm just going to go forward working a dress from this skirt, and this is being done with you, not like I worked it aside and got to understand what I have to do along the way. That's why I was making a few mistakes with the number of rows that we must have. Yeah, that's why. But literally I am really confident that this is going to actually turn out super fine, because at least I have measured every inch of it and I have calculated every increment we have worked here. So let's see what we get. I placed my bet. I don't know whether you guys are really believing in me on this, so let's see. So I have my top complete and this is how it looks like. Now let me just get back and show you how to stitch this onto the skirt so you can have a dress. But before I do all that, you are going to make a knot and work a couple of chains for your string and put the tassels. I shared with you guys how to make your tassels in the skirt tutorial. So if you are just making your top and you don't know how to make tassels, you will go and check out the skirt I made that makes this dress so you can learn how to put your tassels. And I'm just going to get back, show you how to fix it onto the skirt. So guys, first of all, before I attach these two, you are going to get your hook. I'm leaving my work to be in out because I literally want to do the joining on the inside. So you will get your hook and insert your hook anywhere into this, and you are just going to work single crochets all the way around your skirt. If you remember how I taught you how to work your single crochets beneath this Okay, you will just do the same. So for reminders, let me just take you through that. You'll work 1 single crochet into this. Now into the next half double crochet post, you'll work a single crochet. Into the next half double crochet post, you'll still work a single crochet. Into the joint of that post, you'll work a single crochet. Okay, that means for every two half double crochet posts, we are working 3 single crochets. So once again, 1 single crochet into the next half double crochet post, 1 single crochet into the next half double crochet post, and then 1 single crochet into the joint of that post. So this is what you are going to do all the way around your skirt, all the way around your skirt until you get back here and work a slip stitch into the chain 1 that started the row. Okay, yes, so I'm going to get back to you guys after you have that, and then I show you what to do. So once you are done with the whole entire going all the way around with 1 single crochet into every all the way around your waistband. Okay, for me, luckily I started from the center of my piece, but then I want just a few stitches away so that when I make the close up, okay, so I'm going to just work 2 slip stitches. I'm going to make 2 slip stitches on this side. Okay, and now I am going to attach my work. I'll just turn this in out because also my skirt is in out, and I'm going to work more like insert my hook into the other side and pull through my stitch, and then just work that slip stitch. Okay, so I'll chain 1 and I'm going to skip 1 stitch and into the next. Now I'll insert my hook into the end of this half double crochet post right there, and I'll work a slip stitch, chain 1, skip 1, work into the next, and then just go after the half double crochet right here, that post right there. So you will go in there and work a slip stitch, chain 1, skip 1, insert your hook into the next stitch and the end of this half double crochet post, and then work a slip stitch, chain 1, skip 1, insert your hook in here. Now we have a single crochet post here, so we are going to work into the middle of the first chain gap that we have here. Okay, so I'm going to insert my hook in there and work a slip stitch. So from here I'm going to chain 1, skip 1, insert my hook into the next, and then insert my hook into the middle of the next chain gap and work a slip stitch. You see what we have? Chain 1, skip 1, insert my hook into the next, and then insert my hook into the middle of the next chain gap and work a slip stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, insert my hook in there and insert my hook into the next chain gap and work a slip stitch. So I'll just show you how it looks on this other side. It literally won't show the joining at all. You see that? Do you guys tell where we have joined from? No, you don't. Okay, so you are just going to go on and on with this, like chain 1, skip 1, and insert your hook into the next chain gap here and then work a slip stitch, and just go on and on with this until you come to the end of your row. Okay, but make sure that since we worked two slip stitches here and we started into the 3rd stitch, make sure that this side you have the same thing. Okay, like you have 2 stitches left, so that we have 4 stitches in between that are going to more like have our lace up, our laces draw our top and skirt together, like from there and going up, tying all the way up. So literally that 4 is more like the space for our lace up. Okay, so I'm going to meet you at the end and just show you how my dress looks like.